Welcome back to Good Day Columbia. Timer now is 7:13. It's election time, but I'm not talking about politics. Here's your chance to vote for some of the local businesses that you believe stand out the most across the Midlands. Here to explain it to us is Chris Connors with the Columbia Neighborhood Awards. Chris, thank you so much for being here.
Oh man, I'm honored to be here. Thank you, man, and seeing you back where you should be in the morning.
I appreciate that. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much. Thank God for that. That's all I can say. So, Chris, what is the Columbia Neighborhood Awards?
Well, it's an opportunity to highlight local businesses that are doing a great job. There's some other organizations that do something similar, but when I was looking at their categories, I never really saw a lot of the places that I used to frequent. So I thought it would be a great opportunity to highlight some of the businesses that that I go to.
So, what are some of the categories?
I'm glad you asked.
Okay.
Best entrepreneur, best barbershop, best barbecue. One of my favorites, best legacy business. That's a business that's been in business for at least 25 years.
Oh, okay.
Best community leader. That's another one of my favorites because there's a lot of people working.
That's going to be a dynamic one right there,
Absolutely.
Chris. Wow.
Absolutely. So all you have to do is go to the website, ColumbiaNeighborhoodAwards.com, and register and vote. It's that easy.
So can you vote more than once?
Yeah, absolutely. You can vote as much as you want. And while you're on the site, our nonprofit partner this year is the Gift of Life National Kidney Foundation. Okay. So you can find out information about them. It's an interesting story. I know we don't have time to go into it this morning, but very interesting story, and you could even make a donation if you like.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So when does voting begin?
Voting started about 3 weeks ago. And it ends on May the 20th. So you got, what, 10 days or 9 days left? So we need you to vote often. That's what we need. Vote often, as many times. We need you to like and share, tell everybody, because the more votes we get, really, I think, we'll pick the real winner in each category. And
that's what's most important, because events, we could say, competitions like this really get people riled up and get them involved. What have you seen over the past few years?
Well, I've seen the growth of several businesses that we've highlighted, because that's what it's all about. When you say, best place for wings, people go out and they want to know. If you're the winner, they want to know, hey, they really have good wings. So it helps the business in addition to just bringing awareness.
It's all that. Speaking about bringing awareness, you mentioned also that folks can be able to donate this year for a special cause to the Gift of Life. Why was that nonprofit selected?
Well, Fraendy, on November 13th, 2024, my company eliminated 350 jobs. Mine was one of the ones that was eliminated, but there was another young man who was struggling with kidney disease. His job was eliminated as well. And I immediately thought about him. But he's still looking for a kidney today. But he decided to start this nonprofit just to bring awareness to it. We're affected with kidney disease in our community, particularly the African American community. The rate's 3 times to 1. High blood pressure, diabetes. There's all kinds of things that contribute to it. So we just want people to get tested. When you go to the doctor, it's not something that you would normally think about doing, but you can get checked out. And there's some things that you could do, exercise, diet, to help yourself.
That's really good. All right, so we know the voting is going to be open up until next week. So the winners are going to be announced right here on Good Day Columbia, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so Chris, we have some of that information up here. The winners will be announced starting the week of June 1st. So tune into Good Day Columbia to see if you made it. Now, I have to say one category that really caught my attention was the best funeral home.
That category gets a lot of votes. And when we initially put it in, I was surprised. It's like, why would the funeral home get a lot of votes? But when you think about it, they service the community, and a lot of people actually use their services, so people are very passionate.
You're right about that. Chris, and one more thing here. So the Columbia Neighborhood Awards, this is definitely a way where we can highlight the business that you mentioned and the feedback that you've heard from people who vote.
Everything has been positive so far. That's why I enjoy doing this every year. This is our fifth annual Columbia Neighborhood Awards. The feedback that we get from the businesses, the feedback that we get from the community, and people always ask about the categories. Go to the website in January, ColumbiaNeighborhoodAwards.com, and that's where we put the categories out. We ask for suggestions. You can make suggestions. It all starts in January at ColumbiaNeighborhoodAwards.com.
All right, Chris, before we go, folks are going to put up that information on the screen one more time. Voting, the last day to vote will be May the 20th, so that's next Wednesday. The winners will be announced right here on Good Day Columbia starting June 1st all week. We also want you to think about optionally giving or donating to the Gift of Life National Kidney Foundation. Head on over to our website right now at WACH.com. We already have the story up, and there is a link that will send you to where you need to vote for this. Chris Connors, thank you so much for being here this morning. We appreciate it.
And if you got any questions, ColumbiaNeighborhoodAwards@gmail.com.
There you go. All right. Stay with us. There's more Good Day Columbia coming up after the break. We'll have a check of your forecast with Chief Meteorologist Taylor Canoose.